shift gears a little bit and talk about the importance of rest. And part of why we're going to talk about the importance of rest is because that will center energy has built into it a need for rest. And this is true whether you have an open will, whether it's white in your chart or red in your chart. Now, I will tell you, if it's red in your chart, you don't have any wiggle room on this conversation. You have to have consistent rest. You have to have cycles of rest. But really, we all do. We all do. And part of what happens is when we have an open will, we push and push and push and push because we're oftentimes trying to prove our value. And in our culture right now, the way our culture is structured, the way our value system is structured, and don't worry, we're outgrowing this, but we're still kind of knee deep in it, is we have this really interesting metric around your value and how much you do. And the more you do, the more value you have. And so what happens is, especially over the last 100 years since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, well, it's probably more than 100 years now, what's happened is we've started to measure people's value by how much they work. And we've skipped the rest piece. And part of what happens when we skip rest is, number one, first of all, we lose our creative edge. People who are tired are not creative. And at a time on the planet where we need to be more creative than ever, we need people to be creative. Number two, if you're not resting well, you're going to burn yourself out. Eventually, you're going to get so out of integrity that your body's going to fail. You'll get out of physical integrity. And actually, burnout costs the world billions, literally billions of dollars a year. In fact, burnout is now a medical diagnosis according to the World Health Organization. Burnout is an incredibly powerful problem. And part of what we're seeing, I think right now, especially post the last couple of years, post-COVID, part of what we're seeing in this emerging consciousness is that people are going, wait, hold up. I liked being at home with my family. I liked not having to be in the hustle and the grind. I liked that experience. And what I'm starting to see is that I don't want to go back to how it was before. I don't want that hustle culture anymore. It doesn't work. It's not sustainable. And here's the thing. You can't create something you don't embody first. We're in a place where the world needs sustainability. And we can't create sustainability if we ourselves are not first sustainable. So we have to look at rest, and we have to look at the importance of the relationship between our value story and our rest story, because oftentimes when we devalue ourselves, we think we can increase our value in the world by doing more and more and more instead of resting. Truth is, the more you rest, the better you rest. First of all, the more connected you will be to source, the more creative you will be. And as I said, the more sustainable you will be. You'll also be a heck of a lot more productive, by the way.